What's up, guys? I'm Jim Ansel, this is Real Deal Outdoors, and today is Test Tank Tuesday. So before we get into the test tank stuff this week, I'm going to do my 500 subscriber giveaway drawing. So let's jump over to the computer real quick and I'm going to let it grab a random comment. Alright guys, so we'll jump over to our YouTube random comment picker and drop the video link into the box and click start. And the winner is Hella Bass. Alright man, congratulations to Hella Bass on winning the 500 subscriber giveaway. Dude, if you shoot me a message with your mailing address and stuff, I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. Alright guys, so let's get into this week's Test Tank Tuesday. This week we're taking a look at a lure that somebody had requested from a Test Tank Tuesday a few weeks back. They asked me to try out some of the new Strike King Ned rig lures. And I had a real hard time finding these lures locally, so I had to order some and wait for them to come in. And the one we're throwing in the test tank this week is called the Rage Ned Bug. Now the Rage Ned Bug is a really cool looking lure. My first impression when I pulled it out of the package is it feels really durable. It's not as stretchy or pliable as like the Z-Man TRD line or those 10,000 fish Sakoshi bugs, but it definitely feels tough. Now the cool thing about these Rage lures is they've got the same flange that runs along the edge of the appendages, just like you find on the larger Rage tail lures. I'm expecting that's going to create a ton of action, something a little bit different from what you're going to get from most Ned rig lures. I just love the design of this thing. Even the little arms that come off of the side of this thing up near the head of the lure, they've got flanges on them too, so they're going to create action as well. Oftentimes those extra appendages, they don't really create a ton of action. So these lures are basically just a scaled down version of your bigger Rage tail lures. These guys come in at just 2.5 inches long, so they're the perfect size for Ned rigs. And they've also got that coffee scent like so many of other Strike King soft plastics have. So anyway guys, let's hop right over to the test tank and we'll see what this guy looks like in the water. Alright guys, there you go. So a few final thoughts. I'm going to give this one kind of a critical review, man. I was a little disappointed with the action. It felt like it took a lot more to get those appendages to kick than it does a regular size Rage tail lure. I had to yank on it pretty hard to get those appendages to actually move. If you're just popping this up and down on the bottom like you do with a regular Ned rig lure, they're basically just going to wave back and forth. Another thing that I was really disappointed with was the buoyancy of this thing. You know, there are two main things that I look at when I'm trying to choose a lure for Ned rigging. One of those things is durability. Now this definitely feels like it has the durability on lock, but the second most important thing that I look at is buoyancy. Is this gonna stand up on the bottom? I was really disappointed to see this thing float to the bottom and just lay there like it was dead. Definitely not what I was expecting. Now I'm sure that this lure is gonna catch some fish, but is it the best lure for you guys to choose for your Ned rig applications? Especially when you've got the TRD line from Z-Man and the 10,000 fish Sakoshi bug. Both of those lures stand straight up on the bottom and they create a ton of action. So is this the Ned rig lure that you really want to choose for yourself? It's a really good looking lure and I love Strike King products. I really love all their Rage tail stuff. I just feel like as a Ned rig lure, they fell just a little short on this one. And that buoyancy was really the deal breaker for me. If it had just been that it was harder to get those appendages to kick, as long as it was buoyant, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because I think that they would have waved around and created a lot of action. But the fact that this lure didn't really stand up on its own, that's a little disappointing for me. Now you guys keep in mind that that's my own personal opinion. You guys may have loved the action. You know, a lot of this stuff is just a matter of personal preference. It's completely up to you guys what you decide to use. And you know, if it works, it works. But I was a little disappointed with the performance from this lure in the test tank. Well, alright guys, that's gonna do it for this video. As always, thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Then head on down there next to the subscribe button, hit that little notification bell, that way you guys know every time that I release a new video. Finally, drop down in the comments section, let me know what you guys thought about this lure. Am I being a little too critical? Maybe I went into this thing with unreasonable expectations. You know, I love that rage tail line. Maybe I was just expecting this to work exactly like those larger lures did. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Also, make sure you leave me your request for Test Tank Tuesday down there. Like I said, this was another request from someone from a few weeks back, and I make a lot of my Test Tank Tuesdays based on those requests. Well guys, thank you again, and tight lines until next time.